Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome back to our channel. This afternoon, we give you a piece of breaking news. Obscene detail has exposed Harry and Meghan related to Finding Freedom. When Finding Freedom hit shops today, it reveals an obscene detail that Prince Harry was delightfully surprised when Meghan Markle was happy to go to the toilet in the woods while camping in Botswana. Harry and Meghan insist they had no input on the controversial publication and were not spoken to directly by Scobie, but the book exposed their lies when it does contain intimate details from the beginning of their romance. Among the revelations is a story about a trip the couple made to Botswana for a secret luxury camping getaway, 6 weeks after their first date in July 2016. The book says Harry was delightfully surprised by Meghan's down-to-earth attitude. While camping, she cleaned her face with baby wipes and happily wandered into the woodlands if she needed a bathroom break. Staying at an exclusive resort with ensuite bathroom, but she prefers to squat and use a few leaves out there in the bush? Well, what I find the most disturbing is, if they weren't actually interviewed for this book, either someone that was there when she went to the toilet told the authors the story, or they themselves told the story to someone else who then told it to the authors. Either way, it is disgusting and a huge breach of privacy, which I expect they will now sue the authors for. If you think I believe them when they say they had no hand in this book, you're so wrong. The lawsuit-happy couple has been very quiet about correcting anything that comes out. And for two people who say nothing about the allegations regarding the rest of the family, these two have never shied away from sharing their grievances or opinions. So, if any of this was wrong, or they didn't say this or that, they would have spoken up against it. Social media also exploded with this detail. One fan tweeted on Twitter, "If you believe that they had nothing to do with the book, you are either very young or very naive. There is information in the book that only could have come from their lips. And if a friend spilled the info, then they were given permission by Harry and Meghan, or else they would no longer be friends. This book has made major fools of them, and they thought it was a good idea." Another fan of Murky Meg retweeted, "Well, that tells you right there that cooperation with this book. No one would know this without Harry and Meghan authorizing friends to speak to the authors, or spoke to the authors themselves. Every story came right from them. What a totally distasteful thing to discuss. Yuck. These two are completely unsuitable to be royal. Please, Your Majesty, strip them of their titles and patronage. They are a toxic mess, publicity crazy, and destructive to self and others." But another fan replied, "So, they go to an exclusive glamping site in Botswana, and the one luxury they do with that is a porta potty? This is another pack of lies that Meghan Markle thinks would be cool. They weren't alone. They had his bodyguards, the cook who did his eggs, the servants who changed the bedding. This is just another cute story, like the proposal chicken. This is all lies. I wouldn't believe them if they told me the stars came out at night. Harry was thinking about what he keeps tucked in his boxers." Among revelations, it adds that Harry enjoyed a classic bacon and egg breakfast on the glamping trip to Meno Akuena, where they stayed in a £1,500 a night tent, complete with an ensuite bathroom and private terrace. The book claims Harry was impressed that she only brought one backpack for the entire trip, which included sunscreen to protect her fair-skinned new partner. The book also explores the couple's first date, which they enjoyed at a luxury suite at Soho's Dean Street townhouse in the company of mutual friends. Shortly after, Harry described her as the most beautiful woman I've seen in my life, as the pair then met again at the same venue the following night, but this time just the two of them, where they flirted throughout the evening before he went home alone. And many fans also slammed Meghan and Harry for this exploded news. A fan mocked on the Daily Mail, "I don't see what's down to earth about camping for $1,500 per night. If they had an ensuite as stated, then why was she peeing in the woods? Why would they share that information? They are so desperate yet making such fool of themselves. We so did not need that info. So how did Scobie get that intimate knowledge? Was he there behind the bush?" The next fan laughed and said, "OMG, is there anything she won't do for attention? Diana walked through a minefield. Meghan popped a squat. Going to the toilet in the woods is not a measure of being down to earth in anyone's book except Harry's. He should take a look at her attitude and fame-hungry personality first. It was all a ruse to get him to marry and impregnate her. She is a social climber with one goal, and that is to be rich and famous. And the last one wrote, "Shocked to the core. I don't think I can get over this without physiological help and a lot of money. You'd think they couldn't possibly embarrass themselves anymore. And then they do. The Lux tent had an ensuite bathroom. So why is she wandering into the woods? More PR crap." Meanwhile, the author of a new biography about the Duke and Duchess of Sussex has also claimed Princes William and Harry are working towards mending the hurtful rift that has all but torn the once inseparable brothers apart. However, this view was rebutted, disgraced by William's fan. Carolyn Durand, who co-authored Finding Freedom alongside royal correspondent OBSCENE, spoke to the Today Show about some of the revelations within its pages, and opened up about what caused Harry and his brother William to fall out. The royal expert suggests that these words of advice rubbed Harry the wrong way, and served as a straw that broke the camel's back as far as the siblings' relationship was concerned. Durand stresses that the falling out between the two brothers did not happen as a result of any anger or resentment on either part, however, but rather feelings of hurt on both sides. However, Durand and Scobie explained that the tension between the two siblings was most certainly born out of concern on William's part that Harry's relationship with Meghan was moving too quickly, a fear that his brother refused to pay mind to. But a loyal fan has blasted Durand, saying, "Bullshit and more bullshit. First, any brother who didn't tell his brother to slow things down should resign his brother's card. Had the roles been reversed, Harry would most certainly advise the same. Second, there is nothing subservient about one brother giving his opinion to another. What is the issue is one brother lacks maturity and likely knew in his heart of hearts he was making a dumb move. You cannot be raised in the royal family and not know how to take time to get to know the people you invite into your circle. Harry's dumb, but not that dumb. He ignored what he knew was right. And now, when things quickly went, it's up he's looking to cast the blame." If placing blame were an Olympic event, the Sussexes would win gold. Meanwhile, another fan explains, William was absolutely right to have his reservations about Meghan, as did Harry's best friends. Whenever an unlikely person attaches to someone with money and status, it is normal for red flags to go up. Meghan has a long history of social climbing, manipulating, and using people. Harry was wrong to choose to be hurt by William or his good friends. They had his back and were looking out for him. No one said he should end it, that has been reported. But I'd bet anything that Meghan was the one racing to the altar and to have a child. She knew that Harry was the best thing that'll ever happen to her, and she wasn't going to let him get away. Time's a-wasting. Marry in haste. Repent in leisure, Harry. Their already fraught relationship then suffered another blow at the start of this year, the book details, when Harry and Meghan announced that they were quitting their roles as senior members of the royal family and would be splitting their time between the US and the UK. In fact, Finding Freedom also reveals just how intense the romance between Harry and Meghan was right from the get-go, claiming that the couple knew they would be together after the second date, and that they were immediately obsessed with one another from the very first meeting. The Today interview comes just as Durand's co-author spoke to Good Morning America about William and Harry's fallout, defending both Meghan and Kate Middleton against any suggestion that they were to blame for causing the rift between the brothers. Scobie insisted that any falling out between William and Harry was entirely due to the behavior of the brothers, and had nothing to do with Meghan or Kate, or indeed, any uneasiness that may have existed between the two women. And you? What do you think about their relationship? Please leave your views in the comment section for me and we can discuss them together. If you see my video useful for everyone, please like and share it for anyone you think might also be interested. And don't be afraid to subscribe to the Sussex Daily News channel to get more news from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Now, have a nice day, and see you in the next video.
Meghan and Harry have been married for 2 years, and the price of happiness is that of bondage. The price of freedom is loneliness. The only regret is that people are strange. When lonely, they crave attachment. When happy, they want freedom.